Let's start, Jay. Let's start with you here. Just give us your take on the Husker season this year.
I think it's a big year. I think it's obviously going to be a lot on the offense, but I think the defense will come around later in the year, and hopefully they come out with a Big Ten championship and a BCS bowl game.
Eric?
Being that I was a part of the team last year, I expect big things, and so seeing the schedule and what they're faced with for the first 5 games should get them on a good roll to finishing the season out. And don't want to say I'm too optimistic, but I'm looking at an undefeated season.
Undefeated season for the Huskers in 2013. Eric's going
my
with
view.
Eric, you have been a part of the coaching staff the last couple of years, so you've been there every day with these guys in practice. Kind of just talk about maybe this defense and what we can expect from them on that side of the ball.
You have a lot of young guys that are stepping in this year and trying to make a name for themselves, solidify a spot, except for in the secondary. Although there's been some shuffling around with various guys in at nickel, and well, Cianci's been your solidified nickel, but as far as the corner spot, you deal with Green and Jay Mitch, Baptiste, and right now those guys have really learned their job in order to go out and perform at a high level. And with Cianci playing the way he's playing, and Baptiste stepping up, and he was the one guy that I was always, wanting to be that one to step up and hold it down, because he's just blessed with so much talent. He's got the size, the speed, the quickness, the hands. It was just a mental thing for him, and right now he's really catching on. It's going to be a pretty good year for him. So other than that, the defensive line, a lot of the young guys, there's a lot of young guys to it. You got Avery Moss who's stepping in, Valentine who's stepping in, Thad Randall's an older guy, Anchor's an older guy. So hopefully with those two, they can kind of guide those younger guys in and kind of teach them the way. But the linebacker core is very young. Is going to really have to step up and play big this year.
Jay, let's talk about your area of expertise, linebacker. David Santos, really the only guy back with a lot of experience. I mean, how important is it to have that experience and a cohesive unit at linebacker?
It's very important, and I look for David Santos to have a big year this year, both playing but also in a leadership role. I think that he has a tremendous opportunity to make a name for himself, not only on the team this year, but the next couple years afterwards. So I'm excited to see what he can do and see what the other guys can do as well.
Let's talk about the black shirts. You guys, Bo Pelini handing them out before the season has even started. That's a first for Bo anyway. Give me your thoughts on that.
It's a big motivator, I think. You get guys at the start of the season and they come out with black shirts for game one. It shows that you've worked hard during the off season. During the spring ball and obviously in fall camp. So I think Bo is trying a new thing, is trying to get these guys motivated from day one. He knows what kind of talent he has, and it's just a matter of them believing in themselves and going out there and doing it on the first week of the season.
Offensively, I think we're all in agreement that that's the strong point. Not a whole lot of concerns there. I mean, Taylor Martinez is going to run this ship. You got Amir Abdullah and plenty of weapons, Jay.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for them is the little things, the turnovers and third down, and obviously being more efficient in the red zone. If they improve on that, I think you're going to see even more points and more explosiveness out of the offense this year.
All right, guys, let's talk about this schedule. Pretty favorable. They don't leave Lincoln until mid-October. They play at Michigan in November. They play Northwestern at home. That's always a tough game, but things are set up to have a great year for the Huskers this year. You call it an undefeated season.
They are, and when we went to Michigan a couple of years ago, or 2 years ago, that game could have been our game easily. With a couple of turnovers here and there, and we ended up losing that game down in Michigan. But other than that, that's probably one of the harder games they're going to have right now. And Penn State is. O'Brien has done a great job with them and has got those guys playing up to par, playing really well. So that's going to be another tough one. But I think we can go in there and take that one, and I obviously think we can take the one out in Michigan. So those are the 2 tough games that I see on the schedule, and outside of that, like I said, undefeated season for me.
Jay, real quick, he's going undefeated. What do you got?
I'm going to think that they're going to maybe lose one game, but be in the Big Ten championship, and I look for them to win this year, and then obviously go to a BCS bowl game and most likely win that one as well.
All right, sounds good. 7 o'clock kickoff Saturday night between the Huskers and the Cowboys. You can watch it on the Big Ten Network. Tune in to Channel 8 at 6 and 10 for pre- and post-game coverage. For Jay Foreman and Eric Ward.